A very good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel Sniggy's Vlogs with Literary Talks. Are you alone at home and you do not have a partner with whom you can have an English conversation? Therefore you are thinking that you won't learn this language? You are staying in an environment where it is nearly impossible to find any person who can speak in English, and thus you are thinking that it is not possible for you to learn this English language. Then the answer for this question is no. It is really easy, really possible for you to learn English language if you are motivated and dedicated enough to learn this language. In this video, I will be discussing some very important tips by the help of which you will definitely learn this English language even being alone at home and not getting any kind of English environment. However, before moving into the video, as I always request you to please subscribe to my channel, which will motivate me to bring regular videos. Now, without any further delay, let's move into the video. I have seen many people who are really interested to learn this English language, but the biggest problem that they face is that they do not have any partner to speak English with. They are not having a proper English environment where they can have the exposure to this language and learn this language. They think that it is impossible for them to learn this language all alone. But I have also seen people who have learned this language completely alone without getting any environment of English, without getting any partner of English. Not talking about the other people, but I will tell you about myself only. I was also a person who did not got a very proper environment of English around me. I was a person who was not having a partner with whom I can speak in English, but still I am able to speak this language. I have learned this language all by myself with my hard work and dedication and consistency. So today I will be sharing those tips which I have used in my life in order to reach to this point where I can at least express my ideas in front of all of you quite clearly in English. So the first technique that was used by me in order to improve my English language was the process of soliloquy or the self-talk technique. In this technique, it is important for you that you have a conversation with your own self. Suppose you are doing any work, you are working in the kitchen, you are working with some of the other instruments or something where you are not supposed to focus or put your mind into it. You are just working. At that time, what you can do, you can use this technique for improvement of your English language. You can have a self-talk with yourself. You can talk about what is the work that you are doing. Suppose I am washing the utensils. So I will have a self-talk in this manner. Now I am washing the utensils. After this I will have to do these works, and after this I will today have to do my reading practices. So whatever comes in my mind must be spoken out, okay, in English. I have already told you to think in English, but it will be of no use if you only think in English, you do not try to speak it out in English. Self-talk actually encourages you to speak out the thoughts or the thoughts in English that you are having in your mind. If you are able to speak it out and have a conversation with your own self, then it becomes self-talk, and it will be highly important for you to learn this English language. I have already shared my story with you that whenever I had some very depressing or tensed thoughts in my mind and I was quite unclear about my future, I used to go to the terrace, and then I had a very nice self-talk with myself about what I want to become in my life, how I am going to become that thing, what are the obstacles or the problems that I am facing, how I am going to get rid of those obstacles and problems in my life. These are the things that I discussed with myself in the manner of self-talk. That too was done in English. By this method, two things happened. I learned this language. It helped me learn this language quite easily. And the second thing is that I got the idea about my future quite clearly in front of me, and therefore I had a very well planned life without any haphazard manner. So this technique, if you use it, it will be highly beneficial. I am very sure about it. Now coming to the second technique. The second technique is that you will have to engage yourself to listening, as much listening as possible. So you fix a time that this time I will be giving for listening. It can be 15 minutes, it can be half an hour. Half an hour is more preferable. In that time, you listen to the speeches of good speakers in English, but do not go and listen to some speeches which are very hard for you to understand. Listen to speeches which you will be able to understand clearly and easily, and try to listen to English speeches by switching on the subtitles, so that while you are listening to them, you can also read them. In this manner, your reading is also being improved and your listening is also being improved. You will be highly benefited by this process. So you will have to engage in more and more listening skills. The third thing which you will have to keep in mind while you are learning this English language all alone at home is to do a video recording of your own self while you are speaking in this English language. This is really an amazing idea which you can use in order to improve your English language. This idea was being used, or you can say this technique was being used by me also while I was trying to improve my English language. I used to switch on the video in my camera and I used to record myself while I was speaking on any particular topic. It can be my daily routine, it can be the weather situations, it can be any book I read, it can be on any character that I met. All these kind of things I was recording on the camera while I was speaking in English. This helped me a lot because I was able to see what are the mistakes I were doing. I was able to see how was I expressing myself. I was able to even rectify the mistakes that I did. One day, the next day, I was trying to rectify the mistake and speak it more properly. So this process of recording your own video while you are trying to speak in English is highly beneficial, and it is a technologically advanced method of the mirror talking. Yes, mirror talking is a method about which I have spoken 100 of times. But in this technologically advanced world, why are you supposed to go in front of the mirror and talk when you have a video recording system in front of you where you can have the talk captured that you can see all the time? So it is better for you to do the video recording of your speeches in English and then see it continuously in order to rectify or correct the mistakes that you are doing. Now, another very important fun activity that I will give you today in this video which will help you improve your English language is that you will have to try to do a act or a drama. Yes, suppose you are learning English alone at home and you do not have any partner, so you become your own partner of English conversation. For this method, you will have to do a bit of hard work. What is that hard work? You will have to form a script first. How are you going to do that? Suppose you imagine two characters in your mind. It can be a student and a teacher. Now you think of a very short story in your mind. It can be very short story, a conversation between a teacher and a student. You write the script in that copy. Okay, you have formed a whole script in which you have given some dialogues to the teacher, some dialogues to the student. Now, your work is that you will have to perform this drama all by yourself in front of video recording so that you can one time speak in the manner of a teacher. You are a teacher and you are speaking, then you are speaking as a student. In this way, you are learning this English language in a much fun and enjoyable manner. This will help you learn the language and will help you be motivated while you are learning this language. the last very important tip that must be remembered while you are learning this English language all alone at home is that you will have to do consistent practices and revisions of what you have done. Okay, consistent practices of speaking, consistent practices of listening, consistent practices of reading and writing and everything. And along with that, whatever you have heard or whatever you have learned in this process must be revised 10 or 100 times. Suppose you are learning 3 words per day, 3 words each day you are learning, but each day you learn it, the next day you forget it. It is not going to work. Whatever you have learned, you will have to revise it so many times by your speeches so that it becomes fixed in your mind and you do not forget it later on. So in these manners, you will be definitely able to learn this language all alone at home. So I am ending my video till here today. I will be bringing more videos on regular basis. Please subscribe to my channel for that and do comment in the comment section. And I am really grateful to those people who are continuously watching my video and commenting regularly. I'm very thankful to all of you. Till then, be happy, keep learning. Goodbye.